Hey guys, it's Maya. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on our video today. As you can see by the title and probably with my decor on my desk today, this is all about March 2026. This is our monthly readings where we do our monthly predictions, advice, guidance, anything Spirit wants you to know about the month of March. We pretty much look at your overall energy in March, and then we also break it down and look at your love and relationships, career studies, and personal and spiritual growth in the month of March. That was nail glue, by the way. I just saw the way it reflects. That's nail glue because it dried and it like dried on my skin. Anyway, let's pretend that there's not nail glue sticking out from the back of my nails. But yes, so that is what we are doing today for our monthly reading. So thank you so much for clicking on this video. And it is pretty straightforward. It's what I just described. So there's not really much more for me to say. I went with this green theme today for the color green for St. Patrick's Day. So also, yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone watching this in March. But yeah, I went in with green for that, but then that also I started thinking about the heart chakra as well. So there could be, some healing, something going on with your heart chakra, or you're just feeling a lot of love, feeling very good, feeling very whole and content this month as well. So that's also why I went with the green decks and crystals to match this St. Patrick's Day / heart chakra energy. So there are 3 groups to choose from today. Each group has a different tarot deck, a different crystal, and a different card that came out as I shuffled. So there could be multiple ways that you are drawn to your group. And also keep in mind, you can watch as many as you would like, but let me go ahead and show you these options up close one by one. Group 1, this is the Meraki Tarot. This is what the back looks like. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. And this is a dark green obsidian. And your card is the Emperor. Group 2, this is a Rider-Waite Tarot. This is what the back looks like. And this is an African Jade crystal. And your card is the Two of Swords. Group 3, this is the Light Seers Tarot. This is what the back looks like. And your crystal is this Budstone. And your random card is the Ten of Cups. Okay, you guys, here are all of your options laid out for you side by side. Like I said, please feel free to watch as many as you want and take all the time you need to pick your groups. I'm going to get started with group number 1. Hey guys, if you chose this Emperor with the Meraki Tarot, I really hope I'm pronouncing that name right, and this green obsidian that I almost just dropped, this is your group. Hello, group number 1. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support here on YouTube, whether it's your first time on my channel or if you have watched my readings before. Thank you guys so much for tapping in with us, sharing your energy with us. And when I mean us, I mean me and Spirit and the universe. We're all in this reading together, but it is also just you and me. So thank you so much for being here, and I'm super duper excited. There was something, okay, so as I was shuffling for these cards here, I was thinking about 2024. So something could have happened in 2024 that you are still dealing with. It could also be something that you have overcome recently that started back in 2024. So it's something, right? It could be anything that happened that year. I kept thinking about the end of 2024. It was like December of 2024 that just kept coming into my mind, and I felt like that might be significant for somebody out there watching this. What's really interesting about the Emperor, this is Aries energy, and it just feels like you're finally taking charge of your life, or you're finally taking your control back, or you finally like got something back. You gave your energy away to something or someone, and it feels like you're finally standing with this crown on your head, and you're like taking a stance, and you're like your feet are solid on the ground. You have some kind of a structure, or you have some kind of like guard. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's coming through as like a very strict and sturdy energy, but you're like, I'm not gonna let anyone mess with me anymore. There's something about you being very, not like guarded, because I feel like that guarded has like a negative connotation that's like you're hiding and you're running away from things, or It doesn't feel like that. It feels like you're actually very open and you are absorbing a lot of the things around you, but you are healing and it's like you're taking your power back. So this Emperor energy right away feels really, really good. So if you are in this energy or if you want to be in this energy in March, I definitely think this is your group if that kind of resonates with you. I also feel you have been through so much in this lifetime, group one. The fact that these antlers are so long and there's like little, I think, cherry blossoms coming out of the antlers, it just feels like you have been through a lot. You know, maybe you've been through a lot since 2024, maybe you've been through a lot in your life in general, but it feels like major battle wounds, battle scars. But the flowers makes me feel like you are still a great person. You know, like the harshness or the strict aspect of something didn't turn you cold. You still have that like warmth and that beauty and that femininity with those flowers within you, but you have gone through a lot. You have been around to experience a lot in this lifetime so far. You could be an old soul. For some of you, this could be talking about like your soul has been through a lot, but since these are antlers and it feels very physical and the Emperor is a very 3D energy, it feels like in this lifetime, in this life, you have been through a lot, but you haven't allowed it to corrupt you. You haven't allowed it to like warp the way you see the world. Or maybe that's something you're realizing now. But I love that we see the little flowers coming out on the top because it shows me that you still have that purity inside of you. You still have that kindness and that soft and gentle soul inside of you. But yes, it does feel like you're taking your power back, or maybe you're getting some kind of a raise or promotion. So if this is not in like a spiritual and like your everyday life taking your power back, then this could be something about career. Maybe you're getting some kind of a, like your status is increasing or improving in some way. The way people view you is changing. You have more authority or more leadership in some aspect of your life. But it definitely feels like you're in a very like goal-oriented energy right now, and you're very driven and motivated, and you know like exactly what you want to do right now, and you're gonna go and get it done. So it's like a very straightforward energy. So I do like that a lot. I'll just keep this here for now. So let me also move this aside to there. I have a ton of cards here. I have one tarot card and the rest are oracle cards. What I'm going to do, this is your energy in March. So I'm not really looking at your current energy. For some of you, this could have been a current energy check, but I'm just jumping right into it because I just want to see what's going on in the month of March for group one. So, you know, still use this as your energy check because if it resonates with you and you feel like, yep, like that sounds like me this month, then definitely stick around. But if you feel like it doesn't, then check out a different group. But let's go ahead and see, what does Spirit want to talk to group one about for their energy in March? Ooh, we have letter with the number 27 and 7. These numbers could be significant. Oh my gosh, more green with wisdom. And there's that heart chakra coming through. Let's try to get away from the glare. Oh, the lovers. Okay, cute. Actually, I think I'll put this on this side. Taurus with trust, patience, and sensuality. Ooh, perseverance. Ooh, and it's like that green and purple. This feels like a mix of your third eye chakra and your heart chakra, but perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. That literally feels like that forward-driven, motivated, confident energy that I was just talking about with this Emperor. This wisdom card, I want to start there, but even this wisdom card, it makes me feel like you are gaining more responsibilities. Like somehow you are mature enough, you're wise enough to take on a bigger role in some aspect. This could be your own role in your own everyday life, in your own routine, in your own lifestyle, you know, but this could also be in that workspace environment that we talked about, or even in school. It feels like you're gaining more responsibilities this month, but you are happy about it and you want more responsibilities. You want to like show somebody that you can do something. You want to show that you can move up the chain in some way. But it feels like with wisdom comes more responsibilities for you this month, but I think you are very happy about it. I don't think I'm getting a sense of like burnout, because I'm seeing you being so motivated. So it's like you want to pursue this lifestyle, you want to be in this energy in the month of March to see how much you can get done or how much of your power you can take back from something. And I'm getting this very independent energy as well. Even with this Taurus, you know, this is the bull, and that is also making me think of like the horns coming out of the bull's head. But Taurus is an earth sign, you know, and it is very practical, it's very patient, but it's a little hard-headed, you know. It's not easy taking a bull down. And I think that your energy in March, you're really standing your ground. You're staying firm in either like your set of beliefs or within what you want to provide or what you want to create. It's like there's this end goal that you have. So say you have goals for the month of March, you are going to make sure that you hit these goals. You're going to make sure that you kind of like go through the list of things, and it just feels like incredibly patient and very self-secure this month as well, with especially the heart chakra energy and even this perseverance. It feels like for some of you, if you are more independent this month, or if you recently walked away from like a relationship or kind of like doing your own thing, for some of you it feels like, well, I wouldn't say for everyone in this group, I'm getting such a independent energy. It feels like you're doing something independently this month, but you're very happy and you feel better doing it by yourself. Maybe it's a project that you decided you're going to do this on your own. Maybe it is detaching from previous loved ones or even family and friends or something. For some of you, this could even be about moving as well. There's just something here on like something in your previous energy just wasn't serving you, and you have decided that I want to go bigger and better in this month, or it's like I really want to transition from what I used to do to something else. This also feels like for some of you, if you haven't been working in like the past, you haven't been working for a while, you are working this month and you are happy about it. So for some of you, if you've been unemployed, I don't know why it's coming through like that. Like if you've been unemployed for a while, or you're trying to, or maybe you just haven't worked. Like I'm thinking of like a stay-at-home mom. Like if you haven't worked, or a stay-at-home dad, if you haven't worked in a long time, it's like you're finally ready to get back into the office. You're finally ready to like cut that like stagnancy. But I think for a lot of you, you're choosing to go back to work. You're choosing to put in the time and effort. This could be even about school. Like you're choosing to study something this month. I'm getting a very studious energy. I'm getting a very like work related energy. And I feel like you're really prioritizing something in the physical world in the month of March, but that is making you happy and it is fulfilling your heart. At the end of the day, you are getting that emotional fulfillment from this. But one thing I love about this is that feminine energy is coming through again. I feel like in March, you are a beautiful balance of masculine and feminine energy. It's like, you know, on the outside and during like that 9 to 5 or that work day, it's like you have your masculine hat on and you're going to step into that energy. But then as soon as, you know, you're clocked out or time's up and you have to go home or you have to wind down for the evening, you're able to put on your feminine cap and kind of lean into more of that feminine energy. And it also feels like even if you're coming through as like that bull energy on the outside, you're such a softie on the inside. And I think you could even surprise people by like how strict and studious you are, or how like the leadership skills you have, or how hard you're working this month, but you're such a gentle soul on the inside. Like I'm thinking of, yeah, like a bull that has like this very like hard and tough looking exterior, but then on the inside, they're actually so sweet and warm. And there's just something about like your masculine and feminine energy contrast this month. I just saw 444 on the time. Even this, I feel like this is like the exact same thing. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So group one, I think your energy is incredibly straightforward for what it's looking like in March. I think you just you have a goal and you're getting it done. I think you're not getting distracted, you're not getting sidetracked, you're not looking for temporary satisfaction this month. Especially if your goal takes some time, you know, it takes weeks or months maybe. There's something here on like you're looking at the end result. You're looking at what you're actually working towards, and not just immediate flings or immediate satisfaction, temporary satisfaction situations in March. Green seems to be a lucky color for you in March. So I think if you did wear green or just had like a green crystal on you or something like that. And green really talks about abundance as well. So it's like The color green can be very auspicious for you in the month of March. Now, this letter is interesting. This could be like literally that promotion. This could even be an email. It doesn't have to be a physical letter. But say if you were working really hard up until now, you could be receiving some kind of written confirmation, some kind of a written statement of what you have accomplished. So for some of you, this could be like a certificate. For others of you, this could be like an acceptance letter that is coming in the mail for like a college or a school or something. This could be an email saying that you got the job, you got the raise, you got something. So whatever it is you're working towards, you are seeing some kind of like a physical manifestation of it, even if it's little, right? This could even be like an email from your boss saying good job. Like this doesn't have to be something as big as you got the job or you're accepted to the school that you work so hard for. It could be for some of you, but I also think since it's a general reading, it could even be something little, like, you know, you're getting an email from a higher up who really appreciates your hard work this month, who sees how much time and effort you put into it, and they're recognizing you for who you are and your work. So, you know, even if it's a little text, even if it's a little like chat from somebody, I think you're getting some kind of positive reinforcement in the form of the written word. So in the form of a physical letter, or in the form of a chat, maybe even a DM for some of you. Like if you're doing something online, maybe you're getting a message in your DMs or your inbox from somebody that you look up to. Because I feel like when you open this, especially because I just noticed there's butterflies and flowers on both of these images. It's like when you open it, there's a lot of love. Like your heart is full and you feel like so good about yourself. There's a sense of I did it, or like so much gratitude. You know, I think you're so happy when you open this, even if it's something little. Say there's somebody you really look up to like online, and they discover something that you're doing online and they message you and you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you know me, I can't believe you noticed my work or who I am. There's something about positive reinforcement from somebody that you really admire. This is also making me think of your own duality within yourself this month, because I just feel like there's not a relationship that you are seeking. And I think for some of you, you know, and again, actually, we will look into love and relationships more specifically, but I think for a lot of you, you're probably just single in March, and it feels like you're just focused on yourself, your own duality, your own happiness, your own rewards that you are working towards. And it also feels like if you are in a relationship, then it's like it feels stable and it feels like it's not the number one focus on your mind. Like an example I can use is like if you're married, or if you're in just like a very long-term stable relationship, then you're not like worried about anything. You're just kind of like doing your thing and focusing on your own things this month, and you coexist with this partner. So it feels like if you do have somebody, you're just kind of they're there, you know, you're coexisting with them, and I think you probably have a very harmonious connection with them in general. But I will say, if you're like single, I just don't think, oh, see, this is better. I just don't think you are seeking a relationship in the month of March. Let me kind of just straighten these out. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that's coming to me? I don't think so. I mean, this is such a straightforward energy, so I feel like that sounds like you know, definitely stick around. This wisdom, there could also be some kind of like international networking, or networking in general. I guess it doesn't have to be international. There's a world here on this person, so that's what made me think of international, but you know, it doesn't have to be. It could just be networking and connecting with people within your workspace, but it could be international connections for some of you. And this wisdom, it just feels like something is clicking, whether this is a job, whether this is school, studies, whether it is something else you're doing. It's like whatever you are focusing on in March, it's just clicking for you. It feels like this is what you want to do. You're finding a sense of love and joy and emotional fulfillment for this, but you could even be wondering, okay, is there like a higher purpose of me being drawn to this? Like, am I actually, you know, am I being intuitively drawn to this because this is my destiny, or this is what I am meant to be doing or meant to be working towards in the grand scheme of my life? There's something here about like your human self is really connecting with your soul and your 3D. Your 3D is connecting with your 5D really well this month over whatever it is you're working on. So that also feels like a very, very good, it's like a very harmonious alignment of things coming together this month. And I think that's another reason this energy just feels so easy and so simple. So I just don't think I see anything else. So what I'm gonna do actually is let's just get right into the rest of the cards. It's kind of bothering me that we have this like awkward space here. Let's see. The only thing is it's gonna have a glare. Yeah. You know what? I think I like that better though, because or else my OCD is gonna really annoy me. Okay, that's fine. We'll ignore this glare, but I think I like this situation better. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with the deck you chose, and we're gonna break it down into 3 groups. We're gonna look at your love and relationships, career studies, and then personal and spiritual growth. I'm gonna pull 1 card from this, and then I have this other deck here. It's like this oracle astrology deck. So I'll pull 1 from this and 1 from this, and that is going to show us the overall energies in these mini categories. And then for love and relationships, keep in mind, you know, it's about any type of relationships, not just romantic. So any type of love and relationships. But let's get into it for group 1. I haven't used this deck in probably over a year. It's kind of just been sitting on my shelf, and I don't know, I just don't gravitate towards this deck that often, but then every time I see it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful deck. Okay, so group 1's love and relationships in the month of March. There could be somebody like on the other side. And the reason I feel it like that is because it's like black and white. There's 2 sides to this, and the butterflies are on each side. It's like somebody's on the other side, and I don't know if that means like on the other side of the spiritual plane. I don't know if somebody passed away, a loved one passed away, and you feel very connected to them this month. It could even be a pet that passed away that you could be connected to this month. Or there is like somebody you're meeting this month. There's something about somebody's on the other side of this wall. Okay. Let's see. Group 1's love and relationships in the month of March. Okay. We have the Queen of Pentacles. That's very fitting. That's very, very fitting. And I think that also shows us about that, the duality, because your main card was the Emperor, which is a masculine energy, and then we have the Queen, which is a feminine energy. I want to clarify. Oh, that was quick. Cancer. Okay. We have element water, ruler moon, cardinal feminine, and then dates June 21st to July 22nd. Maybe something's happening specifically on July 21st. Because I had that slip of tongue. We have, I feel, emotional, nurturing, protective, and sensitive with the 4th house. Yeah, I mean, both of these are incredibly feminine energies. So I think in the month of March, group 1, you are very much just focused on yourself. One thing I love about the Queen of Pentacles, it feels like she is her number 1 priority, you know, and well, I guess I'm saying she because it's a feminine energy. So your gender, I'm not saying she as gender, I'm just saying she is feminine energy. But, you know, the Queen of Pentacles, she prioritizes herself. And she also doesn't prioritize burnout, which I sensed that earlier too. I don't think you're going to burn yourself out. I don't think you're in this energy of like, I have to get things done. I have to work. I'm pushing myself to the limit. I don't think so. I feel like you're really just taking it easy. And I love that this is coming up for love and relationships, because it's showing me that you are having a very strong relationship with yourself this month. The fact that this is about home, this is about that feminine and that mother energy, that nurturing energy, and this is about moderation and working hard but not working too hard, and taking care of ourselves and providing that stability and that independence for ourselves. So that again feels like a very independent energy who's really just focused on themselves this month and is not really focused on relationships, even friendships. It's interesting, right? Like, I'm not really seeing much. I think maybe you're nurturing the important connections in your life. But I think for some reason, you're not getting straight off the path this month. You're not getting distracted. And I don't know if like if you were, you know, making friends and mingling and doing all these things and being like that social butterfly this month, maybe it would distract you from the bigger picture and the goals that you have, because it feels like you're very like introverted this month. You're very much in this hermit energy. And if you do have like, you know, say a partner or close friends or close family members, it feels like you are nurturing what you already have, nurturing the relationships that are already in your life, but you're not seeking new relationships in March, because I just think you have a lot on your plate. And one thing about prioritizing yourself is prioritizing your schedule. You know, you're not going to overwork, you're not going to overexert yourself. If you're feeling, you're listening to what your body is telling you. So if you're feeling introverted and you're feeling like you're tired at the end of the day and you just want to stay at home, and I think, you know, it's important to listen to what your body is saying to you this month. But that's what I'm feeling like. And I feel like you're really taking care of your home this month. Um, you could be working through some emotional healing or some healing that has to do with your home or your fourth house or your family, maybe even your childhood or your mom, your mother in this lifetime, or a maternal energy in this lifetime. But I think overall there's not like major healing that you're going through, and I think that's what I've been sensing from the very beginning. Your energy is very stable and you're really just going within. It feels very hermit vibes for your energy. And this is that feminine energy too, of just taking care of yourself. I'm seeing so much self-care, self-pampering. I see you taking care of your physical body this month. So whatever that means to you, the physical body is just, it keeps coming up for this energy. You're in a very harmonious balance within yourself. And I think Spirit is saying if you did overcome things or walk away from toxicities, then you're really on the right path then, because this feels like you provided this for yourself. If you were still connected to toxicities, you wouldn't be in such a harmonious level. I hope that makes sense. Also, yeah, zodiac signs, Queen of Pentacles is Sagittarius and Capricorn energy. And then we have Taurus here. And then Gemini energy. There could be like communication with a potential lover, because I was saying someone's on the other side and this is Gemini. So it's like maybe you meet somebody online, or you're like chatting, DMing with somebody, or you're like talking to a coworker this month and you realize maybe you guys have a lot in common. But it feels like whatever this lover's energy is, it does feel romantic, but it doesn't feel like it has manifested at all in the 3D. It feels like it's a thought. Like it's like this lingering thought about somebody, or it's through the written word, because Gemini is again about communication and our thoughts and our words, and our speech. So there's something here like you're talking to somebody, but maybe you don't know them in the real life, or like your 3D world, or like you're talking in like a work group chat or work email, or an online dating situation, or in the DMs. I don't know. There's something on like it hasn't fully manifested in the 3D, but for some of you, there is somebody. I am sensing this, but you're not rushing it. That's what I love, because you're sitting in your power this month, group one. So you're not rushing, even if somebody did DM you, or there is somebody that you are chatting with. I don't think you're rushing to conclusions, and I don't think your energy is just so slow this month in the best way possible. And I just don't think you're jumping to conclusions about anyone in a romantic sense. Love it. So now let's look at, okay, this breasts, it says stomach and breasts for anatomy for Cancer and fourth house. Some of you might be getting like breast implants. I don't know why it's coming through like that. Either like you want breast implants, or you want like a decrease within your breasts. Now I can view it in a much more larger scale, maybe some kind of like physical alteration of your body. I mean, it could be your lips, it could be something, right? But maybe you're like saving up for some kind of a big cosmetic procedure. Interesting. I don't know. That could be for like one person out there. Like something you've always wanted done, and like you're finally able to save up for it. And maybe if it's not a cosmetic procedure, maybe you're saving up for something big, but it feels like it revolves around your body. or it revolves around your image. So maybe it's like style, or like you're buying something that, you know, to enhance your style, or maybe it's like a purse or something. Okay. Okay, so now let's look at your career and studies, which I feel like that's all we've been talking about for group 1, but what is group 1's career and studies in the month of March? I don't want to take that. That's like too stuck together. Maybe like Ozempic? I don't know why I keep coming back to this. There's some like body modification happening, or there's some cosmetic procedure that has to do with your body. And you're finally like thinking about it this month, or you're finally gonna like take that leap of faith. I feel like you've been scared or nervous or hesitant about it up until now. There's almost like a risk factor to it, and I think that risk makes you afraid of it. I'm not seeing a yes or no. I'm not seeing any advice on that. I want to be clear, but I'm just seeing that, I'm sensing that for this group. Anyway, let's see. Career and studies for group 1. We have the Two of Wands. Career and studies. Let's clarify the Two of Wands for group 1. Group 1's career and studies in March. What is their energy for career and studies in March? Wow, more water. We have 12th house with Neptune, Jupiter, Pisces. We have behind the scenes, hospital, sacrifice, secrets. Maybe some of you work in a hospital. Lots of water. I really think that your intuition is very, very strong this month, group 1. And I think, like I said earlier, you're finally like, you're in this harmony within your 3D self, but also your soul. And I think whatever you're doing, it's like you hit the jackpot on what your soul loves to do. Or there could also be something here about like past lives, like your soul did this career or studies in a previous life, like this is the field that they want to be in. But even this stork, I immediately thought of like pregnancies, like labor and delivery, something like that. So maybe you do work in a hospital, or that could be something that's on your mind, is switching to a more of a humanitarian role, or something that like helps the community. Because I feel like with all this water and earth could be important for you this month, as far as astrological signs go. The Two of Wands is Aries energy. It's Mars in Aries. Some of you could even have Mars. Oh my gosh. I think it's actually today, the day I'm recording this. Mars is in Pisces. Mars just shifted to Pisces. So look into your Mars, you guys. I think if you have Mars in a water sign, then I think that there's something going on here. But I know Mars shifted to Pisces today. If you have that astrological placement specifically, then I definitely think during this time period that is going to help you out a lot. The Two of Wands is such a fun energy, though. It's all about expansion. It's about new ideas. It's about taking that leap of faith. We're realizing we have options, and we can do what we want to do. There's a sense of freedom, and I've been picking up on this. Like, you have newfound freedom, newfound independence, and that's why you're able to finally choose and do what you want, and maybe even live the life or even the career path that you want. Also, if you been doing really well and you get some kind of a raise, or it's like there's some opportunities that are opening up. Say if you were like in an entry level, or you were kind of in like that bottom energy, but then something happens in March and now you have options that are opening up for you in the sense of leveling up in some way, or moving to a different unit. I don't know why that came through like that, moving to a different field or a unit. This is, again, that masculine energy is what you are on the outside in March, and this femininity is your internal energy this month of March. Pisces is also 12th house energy, and it's about our subconscious. You could be getting dreams this month about career paths, things about career or studies that you were doing in a previous lifetime, or, oh, very specific. For some of you, you could be getting directions in your dreams about what to do next or where to go next in career. If you haven't figured this out, oh my God, I can't speak, group one. If you haven't figured this out yet, you could be getting dreams about like what to do next for career and studies. But also there seems to be some kind of a leveling up. The fact that this is a 12 and this is like it's making me think of a high rise, like it's an elevator and you're going up the elevator and it's like you're leveling up. Maybe you were on like the bottom floor and now you're moving up to another floor up there somewhere. Something about leveling up either metaphorically or you know, physically. But I think the only thing that really matters to you this month is your own stability. And I really love that. Okay, now let's look at group one's personal and spiritual growth. Were you really restricted, group one, up until now? Because I'm getting the sense of like somebody was restricted, maybe financially restricted, maybe because of a partner and it was kind of like an abusive relationship, abusive or, you know, unhealthy dynamic. Maybe you were restricted because of the job you were in, maybe there was a contract. It feels like some kind of restriction was lifted and that's happening in March, or it already happened, and that's like really influencing everything. It's like the fact that there's no restrictions now. Even school, maybe there were some restrictions for school and it's not there anymore. Let's look at group one's personal and spiritual growth in the month of March. Page of Swords, hot air balloon. Maybe you go on a hot air balloon ride. There's so much blue going on as well. Okay, let's clarify the Page of Swords, please. Clarify the Page of Swords. You have Pisces again. Okay. You have Jupiter with Sagittarius and Pisces. On the Sagittarius side, you have the wealthy philosopher, lawyer, clergy. And then on the Pisces side, you have beneficial, expansion, higher education, future possibilities. We have Thursday, and then we have the 9th house. Oh, and the 9th house, that's interesting. It sits kind of on the top of the birth chart, and then you have a hot air balloon that is rising. And I was saying that the elevator is rising up too. There's really a lot of this energy of like something is rising. Something is rising to the top and you are in it. You are being risen to the top somehow. Yeah, wow. I love this because it feels like whatever restriction was lifted and however you are choosing to navigate the situation in March, you are feeling so luxurious and so abundant. And maybe for some of you, you are physically receiving like material abundance. But I think for a lot of you, it's like this emotional and spiritual abundance. Like you're realizing I can go to the top. I can do what I want to do. I have risen above my obstacles if you were dealing with obstacles. So it's like you just feel so good about yourself. You feel so good about life. And you again, the Page of Swords is making me think of new opportunities that are finally opening up for you as well, along with that Two of Wands energy. And the Page of Swords is air. Wow. Yeah. Oh, my cat's meowing. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to let my cat in, and then I actually ended up switching my candle out. It was making me nervous. I don't know why. Okay. This is interesting too, how things are falling out of the hot air balloon. So it feels like you are rising spiritually, and in your personal and spiritual growth this month, you are rising and you are removing all of the excess baggage, anything that was holding you down, people, places, physical objects, maybe decluttering. But it definitely feels like energetically you are removing all of the things that were keeping you to the ground. It's making me think of like something that was like an anchor that was really holding you to the ground, and it wasn't letting you rise the way that you deserve to and the way that you are meant to. And you finally got rid of it, or you finally somehow, you know, in your own scenario, cut off the anchor and the excess baggage, and then you have nowhere else to go but up. Like you're finally rising. There's no obstacles pulling you down. And I think that's why you feel so good about yourself, because again, it feels like a choice that you made consciously, like, okay, I'm walking away from this so I can better my life. And I think that's why you're so motivated and determined, and you're just so full of love this month, group one. I really love it. I think it's a very straightforward energy. So I hope that was helpful for you. Let me get you some advice. Let's get some advice for group one for March. Claw, be careful, do not take risks. Maybe weigh the pros and cons before you do anything. We have dogs, getting together with friends. Oh, okay, fell on the ground. We have gavel, involvement with the law. Oh, that's interesting. We have claw and gavel, do not take risks, involvement with the law. For some of you, maybe there's like a divorce, or you're going through some kind of a legal settlement. Okay, we have rat, someone working against you or behind your back. So be careful. Maybe that could be, oh my God, but look, we got this at the same time. And shield, you need to defend yourself. Maybe this could be like somebody you walked away from, because we were just saying you like got rid of some excess baggage. Maybe it was a person. Maybe they're trying to see what you're up to now. Maybe it was like an ex in some way, but it's interesting they came out together. So I think definitely be careful. And listen to your intuition this month. If something kind of feels off or someone feels a little off, especially because you seem to be radiating this month, group one, I think sometimes when you shine bright, people want to dim your light. So definitely be careful about that. But that's what I'm seeing for your monthly reading. I hope this was helpful, you guys. If you want to book a private reading with me, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below. And then if you want to, you know what, no matter how much I fidget with these cards, I can never get it straight. So I'm just going to leave it. But if you want to join me on Patreon, we have a ton of exclusive content over there, and the viewers get to suggest the monthly readings. So it is personalized. It's like a little community over there. So if you're interested, that is also in the description below. But thank you so much for being here. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hi, guys. If you chose this Two of Swords with the Rider-Waite Tarot and this African Jade Crystal, this is your group. Hello, group number 2. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support on my channel, whether it's your first time here or if you have been here before. Thank you so much for being here and for tapping in and sharing your energy with me and being here today. It feels like a nice little one-on-one talk that we are about to have. So this is really interesting. As I sat down and I was like getting these cards here, I was thinking about how this is the Two of Swords, right? And how this is the moon in Libra. And then that got me thinking, the day I'm recording this, it'll probably be the same day it's going up, actually, because I'm recording this during the day and I wanted to get it up like tonight. So today the moon is in Leo. So I was just thinking about that, right? Like this is moon in Libra, and the Two of Swords talks about confusion. You're kind of stuck. Maybe there's some kind of a decision that's weighing on you. And with the moon in Libra, or sorry, with the moon in Leo right now, Leo is a very quick energy. It's impulsive, right? Like Leo sometimes doesn't think it through. And if something looks nice and flashy on the outside, I think a Leo would go for it. So there's something here about like, don't make a decision impulsively. Don't decide something just yet, because you need to give something more thought, or you need to truly weigh the pros and cons of something. And also something might not be as flashy or as good as it looks on the outside than it really is on the inside. This is making me think of like an apartment, right? Like sometimes apartments, you know, they make it look really nice and clean and all the stuff, right? Or even like a house. But then on the inside, is the foundation okay? Like, are the like inside of the walls, like, I'm not saying something is like rotting on the inside, but that's what it feels like. It feels like something looks shiny and new on the outside, but it's like kind of rotting on the inside, and it's not what it seems. And if you were to agree to it, like such as signing a lease or a contract, then you're stuck with something. There's something about like wait, like don't make an impulsive decision about something. Try to get more information. Don't just choose something because it's flashy or it looks pretty on the outside. And something is like not what it seems. And maybe that's why you are stuck or you're feeling confused about something. You're unable to move forward with something because I think your gut is telling you something is off. You know, whether it's a physical place like a home or a living situation, whether it's a person, whether it's a job, whether it just feels like your gut is saying, hold on. Your gut is saying, don't do something just yet. Wait till you have more information. Wait till more time passes. And I think that you are listening to your intuition. You are listening to that gut feeling. And because of that, I think I would say from what it feels, it's like it feels right. Like it feels like you are making the right decision by not impulsively making a decision. And by like taking your time with something and maybe even like withdrawing from it so heavily and like kind of, you know, maybe viewing it from different perspectives or getting more information about it or maybe even doing your own research about it. That feels right. There's something here on like something is not as pretty as it looks on the outside. I don't know why I feel so strongly about that. And with the moon in Leo, like I do think your intuition is a little cloudy. I think that Leo is always drawn to the shiny, prettiest thing there is, and I think normally your intuition would be protecting you and probably giving you red flags. But there's something here on like your intuition is a little muted right now for some reason. So don't make a decision so quickly. Um, and this is for at any point in March. This is not just today for the moon in Leo. I think if you're watching this and the moon is still in Leo, then obviously wait. Please wait until the moon shifts out of Leo. But I do think at any point in March, whenever you're finding this, if you are stuck in some situation and you're unable to make a decision, I think there's a reason for it. Listen to what your intuition is saying you so you don't get caught up or stuck in something that was too good to be true or, you know, too pretty on the outside but kind of rotting on the inside. There's something like that. So just keep that in mind, you guys. Okay, whoopsies. So what I'm gonna do now, I have a bunch of cards here, and there's oracle cards, one tarot card. This is gonna show us your energy in March. So we're just jumping right into it. I'm not doing an energy check today, but we'll just see what is group two's energy in March. And then after we look at this overall energy, then we'll break it down into the groups. So your overall energy in March. Oh my gosh, look, crossroads. Literally, that's like the exact same energy. Crossroads and this two of swords. You're really stuck about some decision you're making. But there's a reason for it. Even in this, you see how it's black? It's like you're not seeing the full picture. You're only seeing what somebody is showing you. You're only seeing what's on the outside. This could even be some kind of like a job where it's not a good job. Maybe you're getting scammed. Maybe there's something on like somebody is keeping you in the dark and they're only showing you what they want you to see. And you're only seeing the pretty snapshot that they're showing you. Oh my gosh, for some of you, are you getting catfished online? There could be something about like a person you met online and maybe your intuition is kind of saying like something about this person seems off. Maybe it's like AI photos or something. It's like somebody is showing you what they want you to see and your intuition is correct about doubting them in any aspect, whether it's love, whether it's friendships, whether it's a job, whether it's a living situation. It's like you're in the dark and they're only showing you what they want to show you. 22 could be significant. That is so interesting. Impatience. Oh my gosh. Okay, group two. I literally cannot make this up. That glare is so annoying. I literally cannot make this up. I was just saying, don't be impatient. Clearly, like something is not right. And I think you need to slow down, especially if, you know, I'm talking about moon and Leo, but maybe you do have a lot of fire to where you are impatient. Maybe you don't listen to your intuition that often, or something is making you act quickly, or maybe even acting out of desperation. And there's evil people out there, you guys, scammers that want you to be desperate enough to take the bait. You know, whether this is wanting to move in somewhere quickly, whether this is wanting to get a job quickly because of your finances. There's something here about like you are desperate for it, or you're just like impatient for it, but somebody's taking advantage of that. There's some, and this is what I'm saying. You need to stay patient. Don't make an impulsive decision, because something is pretty on the outside, but it's not so good on the inside, or the reality of it is not going to live up to what they are selling you, what they are trying to, what they're trying to sell you. Maybe this is a car. There's something about like, you need to get something fully inspected. You need to really, and also it also feels like a better opportunity is going to come up. That's the other reason Spirit doesn't want you to be so impatient or to do it recklessly, because it feels like something else is going to come in, and you would probably even wish, oh, I wish I would have waited until this better opportunity came in. And maybe it's just a few days or a few weeks away from coming in, but like there's some desperate energy that I'm sensing. It's like you think you have to get it done now. You think you have to sign something now. If somebody is like forcing you to, if they're like saying, oh, well, if you don't sign this contract, the apartment's going to be gone. Okay, let it go. There's something here on like, if something is meant for you, you're not going to be put in this situation of like a desperate sign it now, get it now. It's going to be gone. Okay, let it go. Like, when something's meant for you, the universe is not going to put you through all these hoops and make you feel anxious and make you feel like you have to do it now or else you're going to lose it. If somebody is making you feel that way, then that's not true. And maybe you are getting scammed to some extent. Again, I'm reading for a general audience. Take this however it resonates with you. But if this really does not resonate with you, check out a different group. I think so far, even if I've only looked at 3 cards, I can tell this seems like a very specific energy for somebody in the month of March. But yeah, you need to stay patient about it. This could even come through as a form of communication. Oh my God, for some of you, I'm even hearing like harassment, like communication as in, say like somebody, there's like a job that you apply to. I don't know why I keep coming back to a job or like a home situation, but like, because this is a throat chakra, somebody could be calling you like constantly, or emailing you saying, okay, like make up your mind, it's about to go away, sign now, or like, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna lose out. There's something about like somebody's like hounding you or like harassing you. They're not leaving you alone. They're not giving you time to think. That is so crazy. What an interesting scenario. Okay, let's see what else is coming up. The moon. Okay, yeah. Our intuition, the unknown, the fact that we're talking about the moon so heavily because this is moon in Libra. We're talking about the moon in Leo right now. Yeah, again, the moon is in the dark. It is an unknown energy. It's about illusions or trying to see the light, trying to get the information. It's like somebody's keeping you in the dark about something, or you yourself don't have all of the information, whether it's intentional or not. And that's why you should not jump into a conclusion for it, or you should not be impatient about it. Because you need to get all of the facts. You need to see something in daylight. You're looking at something either in the dark, you know, your thoughts are clouded, your judgment's clouded, your intuition is clouded. Oh, you know what else this could be? This is such a specific, I'm getting a lot of specific scenarios for this group. Like if you think somebody's cheating on you, make sure you have all the information before you accuse somebody, because this could even be the scenario of like, you think something is happening behind your back. You think somebody's is doing something behind your back. I'm using cheating as an example, but it also feels like you're in the dark. Like maybe you don't know the whole situation. Maybe you saw something and it like spiraled out of control. You spiraled out of control and you want to pull the plug on it because you're a little impatient. But Spirit is saying like, again, you don't have all the pictures. You only saw maybe one notification or one something, or maybe something somebody said, hearsay. You know, it's like you have to figure out the true facts of something before you accuse somebody of something. You don't know all the information just yet. And even that would be a scenario of don't make a decision so quickly. Trine. Angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. Oh, this is literally what I was just saying, of that if something is causing so much distress and anxiety and this desperation and like somebody's really like, if something is causing you all of this chaos, group 2, it's not meant for you. Trine is such a beautiful example of what I was saying, that like what's meant for you will so harmoniously just fall into your life. So there is friction here from something. And I think the universe is causing friction. It's giving you those gut feelings, that intuitive energy of like something's not right for a reason, because something is just not meant for you. Maybe you want it, maybe out of circumstantial situation, your whatever it is, maybe you want something quickly, you want it now, but I feel like the universe is saying to you, if it was really meant for you, it would be easy. You wouldn't have to jump through so many hoops, because it would harmoniously just fall into your life. Gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunity that it presents. It's interesting, there's a square here. I'm not laughing at you guys. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at just my dark humor about this scenario. This is a square, right? And then we have a trine. Now, a square in astrology is conflict. Something is not fitting perfectly. Something is not harmoniously moving, and it almost feels forceful. Now, with this trine, a trine is incredibly harmonious. This is probably the most harmonious aspect you could have in astrology. It is like destiny. It is destined for you. This is something that is so effortless in your life. So the fact that we have a trine and a square in this image, I think Spirit again is saying to you, don't make something fit. Because we have gratitude here. And I think maybe Spirit is saying, look at what you already have. Instead of trying to it's like you're trying to make something fit. You're searching for something, but that's actually just causing some kind of I don't know. That's such an interesting card with gratitude. Yeah, but I will say that square is really sticking out to me. If something is meant for you, you would have all of the information and you wouldn't have to jump through hoops the way that you are. So we have Cancer here with the moon. Here is throat chakra energy, and then we also have trine. And this crossroads definitely feels like this Two of Swords all over again. Maybe it's like, don't mess with something. Because say you are doing really good in life and things are just good. Things are good. Maybe you're kind of bored because of how peaceful life is. Maybe you're trying to shake it up or like do something different. But then Spirit is almost saying to you, like, don't do it, because something about it is not what it seems. So maybe it's like, instead of trying to search for more, be happy with what you already have. Because maybe the thing that you are searching for that you think will give you some satisfaction or add to something in your life, it's actually going to backfire. Like there's something here on like, something might backfire on how you approach the situation in March. And I think this is almost like a perspective shift, or it's like you're forcing something to fit. I saw like a square puzzle piece, but the puzzle is circle, or like the piece is circle, the whole is circle, but the piece is square, and you're trying to fit a square piece into a circular hole, and it just like doesn't fit. It's not meant for you. That's why there's so much drama and chaos, because it's not meant for you. And you're forcing it to work. This could be a hectic relationship. This could be a hectic connection, hectic job. This could just be something. And maybe you are acting out of being slightly impatient or slightly desperate for something. But it's like you're forcing something to fit. But I think you're getting annoyed maybe at the universe on like, why isn't this working? Like, why isn't the square piece fitting into the circular hole? But I think the universe is saying to you, you're missing the reason. You're missing like the real, you're missing a lesson. I don't know if this is a lesson for everybody, but it's like they're saying you're missing the bigger picture because you're tunnel visioned on something. You're not seeing the bigger picture. You're in the dark about something, or it's like you have this very narrow view of something and you're getting mad or frustrated with it, but you're not realizing there's a reason it's not fitting. There's a reason it's chaotic and it's not working, and all it's doing is causing friction. maybe you're not realizing that it's not meant for you. And I think a huge message for group 2 in the month of March is that when something is meant for you, it will so easily and effortlessly fall into your life. You won't have to jump through the hoops that you're jumping through. I hope that makes sense, you guys. Very interesting energy, but I am going to move on. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pull one card from this deck that you chose for each of our categories, and then I'm going to pull one card from this other astrology oracle deck that I have. So let's see what is going on for group 2. First, let's look at group 2's love and relationships. And I also want to clarify that it doesn't have to be romantic love and relationships. It could be any type of love and relationships. So this feels like your third eye. If you are going through this like frustrating energy, there could be a need for you to really activate that third eye and really listen to your intuition. Maybe you are not listening to your intuition and that's why it's getting so out of hand. Okay, so for group 1, so for group 2. Okay, so for group 2, first let's see what is going on with their love and relationships in March. Ace of Swords, okay. Let's clarify this Ace of Swords for group 2's love and relationships in March. Oh my gosh. Sorry, why did I react like that? We have the 7th house, which is all about partnerships. So we have Venus and Libra. We have marriage, contracts, partnerships, lawsuits. Huh. That's interesting because I did give an example or a few examples, I guess, about like relationship dynamics. So whatever it is, in love and relationships, you are finally seeing something. You're seeing the clarity of what it is that you are looking for. So again, that's going to be different for everybody who's looking for different things. But the Ace of Swords talks about that aha moment, the clarity, the breakthrough, the information. You finally like found what you were looking for, or you finally realized something. And it is truth. What you have realized or have found, it is the truth. So if your intuition was saying something and you started digging or doing research or whatever, then you like find the proof of that to back you up. Because Ace of Swords is not wishful thinking. It's not about, I wish I could find something. I know it to be true, but I can't prove it. That's not it. You will have some kind of like cold, hard facts. You will be able to prove something, and it'll give you the realization or the aha moment that you have been seeking. This also feels like that's why you have to wait before you make some kind of a decision. Because it feels like with that like impulsive energy, maybe you wouldn't have had the proof, or you wouldn't have had the cold hard facts if you would have acted impulsively. But here I'm sensing it's like something's like dignified, because now you have what you were looking for. Whether it's good or bad. I think if this is about love and relationships, whether this is romantic or platonic, the reason I'm thinking it's more romantic because we have the 7th house, which is about Venus, it's about partnerships and marriages. But it could be about it could be platonic and just any kind of partnerships. This could even be, that's interesting for some of you, this could be about like a coworker or like a business partner, like somebody who, again, if your gut has been saying something shady is going on with someone, because this could be good or bad. Say that you had an assumption. Okay, I'm using that like infidelity example again. Say you had some kind of a assumption that something was happening behind your back, but you couldn't prove it. So instead of like jumping to conclusion and like acting crazy in the moment, you took your time and you did research, or you did what you need to do to figure out the cold hard facts. Now it could go either way, right? For some of you, this could be, I was right. This could be like the truth. This is like the proof, the screenshot, the whatever, the proof that you need to back up your claims. And then for others of you, maybe you were wrong. You know, this is still clarity. Whether it's a good clarity or whether it's the clarity that you thought you were going to get, it's still clarity. So say you thought there was infidelity going on and you were so sure about it and you were ready to lash out on somebody, but then say it's not true and you were wrong. You know, say you got it mixed up. Say like it was so like not even anything, but imagine if you would have reacted. You know, how would that have made your partner feel? And there's almost something on like, that's why they want you to wait before you react to it. And then you can kind of move accordingly depending on what it is you find and how it backs up your claims or your story. But this could be business partnerships. This could be co-workers. This could be also, this could even be maybe even like a roommate. Because there, again, there's something about like a lease or a contract that has to do with other people, or a marriage that has to do with another person. So anything like that, that falls under, because this is Libra again. So we're really talking about legality in many ways. So then you have your proof or your information on how you want to proceed something with somebody before it's too late, or now you feel comfortable enough to proceed and you do want to go through with it. Take it however it resonates, but that's how that's coming through. Okay, so then let's look at Group 2's career and studies in the month of March. Okay, I'll take both. Ooh, the World and Page of Wands. You're definitely starting something new. So for some of you, if this is about a job, or if you're looking for a job, or you're wanting to start some kind of a new career or studies path, I do think you're starting something new. Now, since it's a general reading, I can't clarify if this is a part of the decision you are. Well, here's the thing. You are deciding it, but I can't tell you if this is the good or bad. I can't tell you if this is the thing that's pretty, but it's not pretty on the inside, or if it is pretty on the inside and it is legit on the outside too. I don't know. But I think you are making that decision. You are choosing something, and it feels like in career or studies, you are starting a new project, a new venture, a new job. You are moving on from something and you feel good about it. So I do think whatever it is, whatever doubt you might have had, you are doing enough research to, maybe this is like the partner, like the company. You know, maybe you're doing the research about the company and you actually feel good about it. Maybe you have multiple options coming through and you do research on all of the different companies and all of the different places, and then you get the aha moment on like, okay, this is the one. You know, say you have an option between two and one of them is clearly the choice over the other, and you make that decision. Whatever decision you make about career and studies, whatever you start, you make that choice. I'm seeing that very clearly. This is not something that is forced on you, but it does feel like you did your research before it. Let's just clarify. Neptune, we have actor, addict, mystery person, psychic, ideals, dreams, clairvoyance, spirituality. This is the 12th house. Yeah, I think not only your research or your logic, but also your intuition definitely helps you. I think you're going to be very happy that you listen to your intuition, because it feels like when you choose this thing, you start this job or this school or whatever, you're going to be very happy that you chose that one. And you're going to be like, yes, I'm so glad I listened to my intuition. I'm so glad I didn't go with the other one. I'm so glad I did my research about something. Something about this could be overseas. It could be about traveling. It could be moving to a new country, a new city, new state. Something feels, especially with that world, something feels like worldwide. This also feels like I'm glad I didn't settle. Because for some of you, if you were being impatient and you wanted to just take that first job offer that came in, maybe that wasn't for you. And you're going to be so happy that you waited because you didn't act impulsively. You didn't just take the first offer that came to you. So yeah, I think you will eventually get what you want out of career and studies this month, or whatever it is you're planning. It will manifest itself, but there's a slow energy here. And I think you're going to be happy that you took it slow and that you waited until the right opportunity or the right person came in for this. So then let's look at group 2's personal and spiritual growth in March. Group 2's personal and spiritual growth in the month of March. Okay, 2 again. That's fine. I'll take both. Ooh, oh my gosh, I love it, especially with the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. You're really moving on. I think whatever this crazy scenario was that we talked about, I think you're going to get the proof or the information that you need about it, and you're going to act accordingly. And I think that's why you're going to be so happy that you didn't do it impulsively. Let me clarify this. Let's clarify this personal and spiritual growth. The fact that we have the World and the Fool, the World is the last card in our major arcana cycle, and the Fool is the very first card. So it's like this is absolutely starting that new chapter, but it is like transcending, and it's not just about your love life or about your career, it's about your life in general. It's about your personal and spiritual growth on a much larger level. You're finally walking away from something. You're releasing it, you're ending it, and you're starting something new with all the right information. A very specific scenario for some of you is like maybe it was like a person or a relationship that you were contemplating, and maybe that person or relationship was holding you back, or that connection or that business partnership or that roommate, whatever it is, like maybe they were holding you back, and then you decided, you got your information and you decided, no, I'm going to go. Because the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse, it really is the energy of releasing. So the fact that you have a card about endings, new beginnings, and releasing in order to have that new beginning. Yeah, okay. So let's clarify this. You got 2. Oh, wow. Yeah, look. Moon South Node with karmic, giving up, and lessons. And the 8th house, which is literally, well, here it says other people's money, legacies, taxes, operations. But this is Pluto and Scorpio energy. This is transformation. You are absolutely like breaking some kind of a cycle, or you're leaving some kind of a karmic relationship or a karmic connection, or it's like you're doing something that is breaking you free. And maybe that's why it was causing so much friction in your life. I feel like I've given so many scenarios that like I just don't even know what scenario it could be. To each their own. Whoever's watching this, please just interpret these how it makes sense to you. But with that South Node, that really feels like something you have to leave or have to walk away from. Or it's like, be careful how you handle that situation, because I don't know if you're being tested. There's something about like, they want to make sure you do the right thing. And when I mean they, I mean the universe. But the 8th house is, again, kind of a destructive energy, transformation. Something is falling apart. It's that death energy, tower energy. So it really feels like you are absolutely releasing and letting go of something here. And you are making the right decision in order to have yourself this new beginning. So in group 2, this is probably my longer reading that I've done so far. This was an absolute roller coaster. But I hope this helped you in any way possible. But let's get advice. Fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Yeah, make sure you're using logic before you make a decision, not your emotions. Desk, pay attention to your work. Success. I was just thinking with this trine energy, you're going to realize the moment you walk away from the friction or the thing that you're doubting, the thing that's not meant for you, that's when things harmoniously just fall into place and things just fall into your lap. And you wouldn't have learned that if you would have kept trying to pursue the thing that was causing friction in the first place. Tent, temporary situation. And then we have rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. I don't know what that means, you guys. Take that however that may resonate with you. But okay, group 2. This is what I am seeing. I feel like we were kind of all over the place with our scenarios today, but I hope this was helpful. And if you want to book a private reading, which would be very helpful for me if you want to have a one-on-one situation for your own scenario, definitely go ahead and email me. It's in the description below, and we can have a private session. If you want to join me on Patreon, there's exclusive content over there, and the viewers get to suggest the monthly readings on Patreon. So if that's something, if that's something you're interested in, that is also in the description below. But yeah, thank you so much. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey guys, if you chose this 10 of Cups with this Budstone and the Light Seers Tarot, this is your group. Hello, group number 3. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support. And whether it's your first time here on my channel or if you have been here before, thank you so much for clicking on this video today and for sharing your energy with me. I am super excited to get into it and to see what Spirit has for you in the month of March. So let's get right into it, you guys. I have a bunch of cards here. This is going to show us your main energies in the month of March. So you can use this as your energy check. But just to clarify, it's not your current energy. It is the energy like throughout this month. So, you know, kind of take it however it resonates. And if it really doesn't resonate, then definitely check out a different group. So yeah, let's get into it. This 10 of Cups is just so sweet. And one thing I noticed is that they're both barefoot. And that made me think of you being so comfortable with somebody this month that you're like just hanging around barefoot, which, right, like it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Like we're just barefoot at home. Like you're like, well, maybe I'm barefoot all the time. But for some reason, there's something here about like you're so comfortable with them that you're exposing not only your bare skin and not only like your body, you know, for some of you, but it's like you're really exposing the truth of who you both are to each other with them sitting here like this, but their feet are bare. I don't know how I made that connection from those two things, but it just feels like you're so comfortable with somebody. You trust them because you're vulnerable with them this month. You trust them because you're getting to know them or because you're spending time with this person. But there's like mutual trust, mutual comfort, mutual quality time that you're both craving with each other. And it just feels like you're both are going to be vulnerable with each other and just very comfortable in your bare skin with each other. You know, obviously that doesn't have to be in like a sexual energy, but it just feels like I'm comfortable showing you who I really am. I'm comfortable taking my mask off. I'm comfortable to see who you really are. Yeah, that's so interesting that it came through like that. Okay, so let's move this aside. Oh, let me move this. And let's go ahead and see what is group 3's energies. What are the energies in the month of March? We have Oracle, and then I have one tarot deck right here. We have female, 29. I immediately thought of princess. 29 could be an age. Somebody could be 29, or the 29th of a month could be a significant date. March 29th, we have renewal. We have the Empress. Oh, wow. Female and Empress. This is giving heavy divine feminine energy. And Empress is Venus energy. And again, that princess, I thought of princess, right? And Venus is very abundant and very luxurious. Somebody could be making you feel abundant and luxurious. If there is another person involved in your life in March, especially in like that romantic sense that we've been talking about, maybe they're making you feel very good about yourself and very good about life. We have mutable with surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. And then we have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Interesting combination of energy here. Even this being the bare hands, There's something about like bare hands and bare feet that's really sticking out to me. But that again feels like, you know, we see the truth of something. We're being truthful, we're being honest, we're being vulnerable with somebody. Like they see through our mask, they see beneath the surface of us. And I am surrendering to that. We have Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Okay, Pisces has literally come up for like every single group. And then we have Venus here with Taurus and Libra. And then this definitely made me think of Princess / Divine Feminine energy. And this is the root chakra with this renewal card. Wow, somebody, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Somebody is going to prove something to you that you did not know before this. And that's why you're surrendering to the universe. And you are welcoming the change. And that's why there is a sense of renewal within your body. So since I'm picking up on so much divine feminine energy, I'm just going to refer to you as this feminine energy that we are talking about here. So even this, like being very feminine with the flower crown. Oh my God, I just realized they both have orange flowers on their head. Now that is the craziest coincidence. And they're both dressed in this beautiful gown, robe thing, very feminine, very abundant. But that orange flowers on the head is a crazy, crazy synchronicity. Okay, wow, that really caught me off guard. What was I talking about? That I'm going to refer to this as feminine because that's what I'm sensing. Also, there's a lot of orange, which is your solar plexus chakra. Wait, hold on. We have colors on the back of this. No, yeah. So, oh no, the sacral chakra. Solar plexus is more yellow. Okay, the sacral chakra. Oh, first of all, I mean, we don't have to be like talking about sexual or intimate things in this group, but we were talking about bare skin on skin for some of you. And with that sacral chakra energy, if you are a physically active person in that way, there could be some physical relationship coming in the month of March. But what's interesting is the sacral chakra, it doesn't have to be physical. It could be an emotional excitement. You know, somebody's making you feel something you haven't felt before, feel something you haven't felt in a long time. Oh, and so, okay, I'm getting carried away. There's a lot of messages coming through. So you're coming through as this feminine energy. So it feels like maybe for a long time, maybe up until now, maybe because of previous experiences, previous relationships, maybe you were conditioned or you were made to believe a certain thing about relationships. I'm going to use relationships and love as an example because that's kind of what I'm picking up on heavy for group 3 for March. So in the past, maybe you thought that love hurts, love is painful. Maybe you thought that you will never find love, that you don't have a partner. There's something here about these limiting beliefs that you had about love and relationships in the past. And I feel like you meet somebody in the month of March, or you already know them and the relationship is progressing in March, or you meet them in March, but it feels like there's this shift in your energy because suddenly you actually find a really good person, somebody who makes you feel abundant, makes you feel feminine, makes you feel luxurious, makes you like have this renewal, this rebirth within yourself. And you're thinking, oh my God, like I never thought this could exist for me. I never thought love like this is real, or a relationship or a connection like this is real. And I think that's what this is saying about surrendering and welcoming change. Because I think the idea of something new coming into our life, especially something that we didn't even think could be possible for us, that is terrifying. Are you kidding me? That is like the scariest thing ever, right? Because your brain is wired to feel a certain way. So then when this energy comes in that completely wipes your beliefs and completely goes against everything you thought could be true for yourself, it is scary. And I think one thing you are learning in March is to surrender to the situation and allow it to go where it wants to go or where it is meant to go. With fluidity here and the water just pouring down, there's no like restriction. There's no barriers. I'm not like trying to clench my fist and make sure the water doesn't seep through. I'm not trying to control it. I'm not trying to run away from it. I'm allowing it to be fluid. I'm allowing it to flow smoothly. I'm allowing it to do what it needs to do without me interfering with it. And I think maybe like a previous version of yourself, or even for some of you, you could have these doubts. Maybe it is guilt. Maybe it is something else. Maybe it's fear. You know, you could have these emotions of like, wait, should I stop? Is this going to hurt me? Is this going to cause me to be broken at the end of the day? Because this is going against what I believe. But I think that's where the true power of renewal and the sense of like really grounding yourself and the sense of rebirth within what you thought could be possible for yourself, that's when this shifts. Because then when you, even if you're afraid, when you welcome it in and you go with it, you don't realize the depth of it. You don't realize how big this could really be. And I think it's like somebody is really coming into your life, or maybe you already know them, but it's like they're causing you to realize that you were living under a false belief, or you were living under limiting beliefs. And it has to do with your heart and your heart space and love and relationships in general. And it's like, also, I think you're really stepping into your feminine energy this month. You know, maybe you have been in your masculine energy for a very long time, but it's like something is shifting to where it allows you to sit in your femininity. It allows you to sit as this empress, to sit in your divine power, in your luxurious, abundant energy. It also feels like something is coming to you. So like maybe this person is coming to you, this relationship is coming to you. It feels like I'm hearing you don't have to do anything but be still, because this is on its way to you, or this is meant to happen to you, and you're not meant to, my ear is ringing, my left ear, you're not meant to go chase this. It is meant to come to you. But something about this makes you feel really good about yourself, makes you feel really beautiful, makes you feel very loved. And I think that's where that sacral chakra energy is coming in. So even if it's not in a physical and intimate and sexual manner, it could just be about that passion. Like somebody ignited a passion in you that you didn't even think was possible, or the level of comfort, the level of vulnerability that you didn't even think was possible. And something about this rebirth, not only is this like a new energy coming in for your love life or for your relationships, but it's literally coming in to bring you back to square one so you can start over. It's trying to allow you to like rewire what you believe to be true. So that's why it feels like this renewal, it's like planting seeds all over again, starting over, rebuilding a foundation, you know, tearing down a previous foundation that happened to be false and rebuilding something new in a very confident and excited manner. Some of you could have Venus in these signs. So Venus in Gemini, Venus in Virgo, Venus in Sagittarius, or Venus in Pisces. And that's the only sign we see. I guess this is also Pisces energy if we're reading this. This is Mars in Pisces. Oh my God, that's right now. Holy cow, sorry, I didn't mean to freak out. We are literally shifting into Mars in Pisces. I don't know if it already happened. I think it did. I think it actually happened today, the day I'm recording this, because I mentioned this in another group too. And I know that it's supposed to happen, I think it's March 2nd, which is today. I'm recording this. It's going to go up same day because I kind of ran out of time last week. I didn't get to record this when I really wanted to, but that's today. This is happening right now. Mars in Pisces. So this is shifting right now. That's why I'm freaking out, because that is currently playing out. I don't know how long Mars is going to stay in Pisces in March. I will look it up. You guys look it up too if you feel called to that. But this is happening now. You are surrendering to a connection now in this month, but probably even right now as we're speaking, maybe in the next few days, maybe in the next week. something is shifting very drastically and very suddenly, but it feels like you've known them forever. It feels like a very slow and like, it's like that comfort, but it's happening quickly in your timeline. Oh, why is it doing that? Stop it. My can. I'm drinking the sparkling water and it's like bubbling like crazy loud. Okay, that's really interesting. Something is happening right now. And I think this is a major confirmation for you that it's happening now and that you don't have to do anything. That's what I was saying. This is coming to you. It's already on its way. Some of you might already have met them or already have this person in your life or have this connection in your life, but it's on its way to you. And you don't have to do anything but sit still because the timeline is happening right now. You just have to sit still and accept it and receive it and surrender to it. Wow, amazing. Okay, then let's get into this. So, wow, Empress again. Empress out here twice. So where's my other deck? Okay, so I'm going to use 2 decks here. This is like an astrology oracle deck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 1 card from the deck you chose, and then we'll pull 1 card from this to clarify. And this is where we will break it down into the 3 groups of love and relationships, career studies, and personal and spiritual growth for group 3 in the month of March. Also, all the red and oranges also make me think of Leo, which I mentioned this in the other group too, but the moon is in Leo right now. That could be significant. You could have moon in Leo. This person could have their moon in Leo, or a Leo sun, because this is making me think of the sun. But yeah, all this red and orange, it's definitely feeling, even this red here. Actually, now that I think about it, there's a lot of chakra colors. This is red, which is the root chakra, orange, sacral chakra. This is throat chakra, and then this is the third eye chakra. So like communication, your roots, foundation, that base you're rebuilding, the excitement, the butterflies that you're feeling, and then also your psychic abilities. All of these things are like intertwined and they're very loud in the month of March. Okay, so first let's look at group 3's love and relationships in the month of March. Oh, no, I don't want to take that, that's 2. Group 3's love and relationships in the month of March. We have Hanged Man. I just heard the time is up. Time is up on something you've been waiting on. Let's clarify the Hanged Man. Group 3's love and relationships in the month of March. I almost said in the month of February. Something could have started in February. Maybe you were seeing signs and synchronicities about this person in February, or you have been for a while, but something started in February for some of you. Let's see, group 3's love and relationships in the month of March. Let's clarify the Hanged Man. Oh my gosh. Keeps giving me like a chunk of cards. I think that's my fault. My hands are kind of dry right now. Okay. Aquarius. Hanged Man is Pisces. Oh my God. The amount of Pisces that's coming up is crazy. We have Pisces and then we have Aquarius with air, Uranus, Saturn, fixed masculine. Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. I think it's because we were talking about feminine energy so much already. We have I understand, metaphysically, humanistically, innovatively, and freedom. We have the 11th house. Ooh, and the 11th house talks about friends and your social circles and the people you interact with on a regular basis. Ooh, it does feel like something is shifting. And I heard time is up when I saw this Hanged Man originally. So it feels like something is officially ending. The wait is over. Time, like something is officially happening. Something is being set into motion this month, soon, probably even early this month. Because with the Hanged Man, it's a period of rest and it feels like you've been waiting. But what's interesting about this Hanged Man is they're on like this rope thing, which I forget what like that's called, you know, in gymnastics where they have like that rope that they kind of dangle off of. That's what this is. It's not normally in the Hanged Man with traditional tarot. The Hanged Man is actually like tied. His feet are tied to something. So he's physically stuck. He's physically like unable to move until the time is right. He's physically forced to be still. But in this, it doesn't look physically forced. It feels like this person is just hanging off of this like rope scarf thing like they do in gymnastics, and they're just like, it's like a I'm voluntarily waiting. I'm not being forced to wait, but like I'm hanging out. And that just feels like whatever this wait was, it is ending soon. So that feels really good. Group 3, sorry. That distracted me. Now, since the 11th house is about like friends and social circles, oh my God, I can't speak, social circles and the community around you, you could know this person. Maybe you guys run in the same social circles. Maybe you know of them somehow. There could even be some kind of like a community tied to this person. But they could have Aquarius. Pisces and Aquarius could be significant for somebody here. Let's clarify this Hanged Man actually really quick. Let me move that up. Let's clarify this Hanged Man for Group 3's love and relationships in the month of March. Let's clarify this Hanged Man. Oh my God, the Emperor. And Temperance, bottom of the deck. Ah. Yes. Okay, now we officially have the Empress and the Emperor. Yes. Okay, so I think that confirms my suspicions that this is about some kind of a romantic connection that is finally coming in, that's finally taking off, that the wait is finally over. And even this feels like this massive orange ball of light. It's like, okay, that ball of light is making me think of a spotlight. And I think the universe is saying, if you were doubting this person, if you already know them and you were doubting it, we're going to show you, like, we're going to put the spotlight on them and show you that you don't need to doubt it. And then also, if you don't know who this person is, they're saying, we're going to make it very clear to you, or we have been trying to make it clear to you, or we're going to introduce this person into your life in March, and it will be very clear that they are the one that you have been sensing, or the one that you've been looking for each other. Like, something about it's like they're putting a spotlight on somebody, so it's like crystal clear on who that person is. This could definitely be somebody of a higher status in some way. Higher status, especially with that 11th house. Maybe it's like they're famous or something. Maybe the community looks up to them. Maybe people know them in like that social status kind of a way. Also, I was going to say, remember I said earlier they want to like treat you and make you feel luxurious? This person could have a lot of money, or they have some kind of financial abundance and they like share that with you. But it just feels like the wait is over. And even this, the way this person is looking in the different direction, maybe you've been both waiting for some kind of union here, but it feels like this is moving quickly, especially with that counterpart energy. There's something about like a geographical location. I actually said this in a recent group, or maybe it was on Patreon. There's like somebody who it's like maybe you know of them, or they're around you physically somehow. That's interesting. So, okay, let me move on. Let's see what's going on for your, let me move this too. Let's see what's going on for career and studies. For Group 3's career and, oh, you're Group 3, and the Empress, the Divine Feminine, is also the number 3. 3 or 30, 29, 30, somebody could almost be 30, or the number 30 or the number 3 could be significant. 12 adds up to 3, 1 and 2. Okay. And March is the 3rd month. Holy cow. That is crazy. Lots of signs and synchronicities going on right now for this group. Okay, Group 3's career and studies in the month of March. Ten of Wands. Okay, interesting. Eight of Wands, Two of Wands. Let me clarify this. You could be moving jobs, shifting your energy to something else, or realizing something's not working for you with that 10 of Wands. There's this bull again, or this like animal. I think it's a bull, right? Or yeah, what else would it be? Because it's Taurus energy. That's really this coincidence. It's getting out of hand. The synchronicities are getting out of hand. Let's clarify this 10 of Wands for group 3's career and studies. Virgo. So we have Virgo out here twice as well. We have Earth, Mercury, mutable feminine with I analyze details, health issues, work issues methodically with the 6th house. 6th house is also about your routines, your everyday life, your daily routine, your lifestyle. It could also talk about health. It could talk about your physical body's health. Maybe you're realizing that you don't want to do something, or you don't want to like burn yourself out, or you don't want to do something to a certain extent. You could be changing your habits. You could be changing your routines. You could be changing something about your everyday schedule in the month of March. Maybe there's more flexibility in your schedule in March as well, because I mean, I see that this person is like packing or is moving. Maybe there's flexibility in work this month. Maybe you can work remotely or go to school remotely, something like that. Okay, no matter how much I try to align these cards, they just don't align. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe for some of you, there is something about your health, your physical body. If you're burnt out, if you're doing too much, if you need to take time off, I think this is your sign to do that, because the 10 of Wands does talk about burnout. It talks about the very end of something, and you're kind of like, it's the last straw that broke the camel's back. So if something is too much this month, take time off. Listen to your body. But yeah, something about changing your routine, a different daily routine. And something about like flexibility in work. Okay, I guess let me clarify this. I'm kind of a little stumped. Let's clarify what else this 10 of Wands could be talking about for group 3's career and studies. Two of Wands. Maybe there's like something else you're being called to do. You could also learn about a new hobby or a new skill, or there could be a place you want to go. Okay, you're like incorporating some more love into your daily schedule, or your work schedule, your study schedule, into your daily routine. You're like adding things that actually make you happy about going about your everyday. Doing things that, because that Page of Cups, it's an emotional energy, and it's also like pursuing something emotionally, adding a little thing to your day to make your commute or your life just a little bit more enjoyable, your work life a little enjoyable. But the Two of Wands also talks about expansion, and this definitely looks like somebody that is up and moving. So there could be some expansive energy coming into work or school. The 10 of Wands is specifically Saturn in Sagittarius. So something is you're definitely restructuring something. Let's view it like that, because Saturn is about structure. And Sagittarius is a very go with the flow energy. Sagittarius, it's like, it doesn't want to sit still. It wants to be maybe international. Maybe you're like internationally growing, or you're traveling more. Sagittarius is that 9th house, higher level learning, higher level of understanding something. You're a free bird in some way. So yeah, there's like something about your work or studies structure. The actual structure of it is changing. Okay, so then now let's look at group 3's personal and spiritual growth. Oh, 3 of Swords. Let me clarify that, please. Can we clarify this Three of Swords? Personal and spiritual growth. Okay, I feel like this has to be in the reverse, right? You're finally healing your heart space. And maybe it's because somebody else is coming in to help you, group 3. You're healing some kind of a previous wound. This could be a childhood wound, especially because whenever I see the Six of Cups in this deck, this is like them when they're little, this is when they're grown up, and the Six of Cups talks about our past. It can definitely talk about your childhood. And the Three of Swords, you know, it's like active wounds. But it feels like you are healing them. So you could be healing childhood wounds. But when I saw the Three of Swords, it immediately obviously made me think of your heart. And then it made me realize, like, we're talking about somebody coming into your emotional space. So either this person or this relationship is helping you heal previous wounds, whether that's from childhood, whether that's from previous relationships. And that's kind of what we were talking about too. It's like your heart is really healing. And I think you're going to look back at who you used to be before this energy came into your life versus who you are after, and really be like, wow, like, I can't believe I healed so much. I can't believe how changed I am. Also, if there's something that you have been emotionally holding on to for a long time, it feels like you're finally healing that. Like maybe it's guilt, you know, for example, from a previous relationship, or you just have guilt in your heart from something. This person or this energy helps you really work through that and heal that. Say if there's open wounds from an ex, and the ex that really traumatized you or caused you to believe, you know, those limiting beliefs about love, you're healing that. It's like you're really healing something that hurt you emotionally. But this was a wound that happened a while ago, or it's a wound from the past that maybe it's resurfacing. Okay, let's clarify this. Excuse me. Okay, let's clarify this, please. Group 3's personal and spiritual growth. I'm like making sounds. 6th house again. Health, work environment, service, worry. Virgo, Mercury again. Didn't I say that earlier, that you're healing your foundation? You're healing the roots, the base chakra. Because that also makes a lot of sense of like you healing something from the past, or an open wound comes up again, or some unresolved something is making itself known this month. And it's something that you have to face and you have to heal it in order to rebuild this life, in order to have that renewal. And it does feel like this open wound or this thing is and or was hindering your overall evolution, especially in love and relationships, or yeah, something like that. And with 6th house Virgo here again, it's like you're restructuring your life, quite literally, not just restructuring work and or school, but you're restructuring your belief system. If we dive really deep into that, as in this is your personal and spiritual growth and your healing, you're totally restructuring your person and your energy, and you're restructuring your life to the point of planting new seeds and rebuilding that entire foundation from scratch. And that's why it feels like such a harmonious energy, but that's why it feels a little tough. It's tough to, you know, totally tear something down and rebuild. And I think that's why there is this need for you to really surrender to it and allow it to happen in your life, and to really release any beliefs that no longer assist in your soul's growth. That's exactly what's happening here as well. So I think not only are you physically rearranging and restructuring your life in career or finances or school, and not only is some kind of a romantic partnership coming into your life after a period of waiting, but like your entire life is being restructured. And that sounds dramatic, but I think it is. Because I wanted to say in the most dramatic way, I do think not only physically and in a relationship, but like emotionally, spiritually, mentally, you are restructuring a lot of things and taking care of yourself in a different way, approaching life in a different way, having different beliefs and different everything moving forward. And this is even going to affect how you view yourself, how you view your current path. Maybe that's why you are restructuring your career or school, because maybe you realize, maybe that's not what I want to do. Maybe I want to do something else. Because it just feels like there is a massive restructuring in your life. And it's really stemming from whoever this person is, or however they change you in such a drastic manner that it changes you as a whole. That is so interesting. Okay, I think that's everything I'm seeing. So let me get some advice. Oh, that is a lot. Advice for group 3. Oh my gosh. Let's take this. Months of the year. November. I was actually thinking earlier in this group, I was like, something could have happened in November. Oh, a bird just came out and sat on the branch right outside my window. It says Beryl. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Grapes. Time to go out and have fun. I'm hearing system reboot. And now I'm thinking about the song Glitch by Taylor Swift, because one of the lyrics, she says, I think there's been a glitch, or she says something like that. And she says the system's caving in. She says something like that. And then she says, I think there's been a glitch. And I think you are going to feel like literally a whole system reboot. It says tree, affairs with your family. That could also be something that is improving. Or you're healing, something to do with family this month. That also makes a lot of sense. Maybe you're moving away and restructuring away from family this month. We have Eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. There's this glowing red ball again. You have it 1, 2, 3, and here it's kind of peeking out on the back, and here it's peeking up over her head. That's so interesting. Okay, and I just realized I just saw a bird literally right outside my window, and there's an eagle. Or there is, yeah, I guess that is an eagle in flight, but okay. Oh my God, and these like waves look very similar to the waves on that card. The synchronicities for this group is like off the chart, but okay, group 3. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for letting me give you this reading for March. If you want to book a private reading with me where you want to have a one-on-one session, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below. And if you want to join Patreon where we have exclusive content and the viewers get to suggest the monthly readings, go ahead and check that out too. That is also in the description below. But thank you so much, you guys. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.